Following Scholarship Fund. He has earned numerous awards for community involvement, academic excellence, and business and leadership. Henry is a member of the National Speakers Association, the author of an acclaimed motivational self-help book, Success is You. He's traveled throughout the country sharing his message of hope and inspiration to a variety of audiences. Henry was recently a guest on a Cleveland radio talk show, where he spoke on the subject of success and has been invited back to speak on the subject of affirmative action. So tonight, as Henry shares words of encouragement, I know that Nancy Solomon, Henry's mother, my grandmother, Parthenia Taylor, Uncle Steve, and many, many other ancestors will be smiling down upon us with pride as we celebrate the 22nd annual family reunion. So without further delay, please join me in a warm welcome as we welcome our keynote speaker, Henry Ford.
Thank you for that brilliant introduction and that warm welcome. Good evening.
Good evening.
First, giving honor to God who makes all things possible, let me assure you that I am pleased for the opportunity to share a few thoughts with you. My thanks and congratulations to the planners of this reunion and to each of you for your attendance. Please give the Georgia chapter and yourselves a warm round of applause. I'm going to talk this evening about an issue that affects each of us. That is the issue of affirmative action. Let me assure you that what I'm about to say goes beyond the limited definition that has so divided this nation. What I'm about to say goes beyond what is being done to and for us and into the reality of what we have done and what we must do for ourselves. Affirmative action has been in effect in this country since the Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock and Plymouth Rock landed on us. Affirmative action brought the riches of land and wildlife and minerals to those who sought relief from oppression by practicing oppression on the original inhabitants of this country. Several hundred years of affirmative action established the institutions, organizations, policies, procedures, beliefs, and economic structure in this country at the expense of African Americans. Affirmative action was the forced slavery on African Americans between 1619 and 1865, computed to have a value of $4.1 trillion, not counting inflation and interest. Affirmative action was the Homestead Act of 1862, which gave white families 162 acres of land, absolutely free. Affirmative action were the Marshall and MacArthur plans of 1945, which gave assistance to Bulgaria, Finland, Hungary, Japan, Italy, and West Germany. And now we begin to understand why our oppressors would rather that we could not read. We begin to understand why it took federal troops to escort us to school. And we wonder why now it would take federal troops to keep some of us in school. Affirmative action supported the building of trade unions that excluded African Americans. As they became more sophisticated, they did not exclude you because you were black, but would not hire you because your father was not a union member. Affirmative action is rich farmers being paid not to grow wheat and corn, while cereal to feed hungry American children costs upwards of $5 a pound. Affirmative action is American taxpayers, us included, supporting the bailout of failed savings and loan companies. How many of us have owned or managed or have stock in a savings and loan company? The failure